Hey guys, welcome back to the final episode from Bitcoin Plus Plus Taipei. And we're at an actually special event today with the closing. We are here honored to be part of the Taipei Bitcoin Hub called Taipei House. And of course, I couldn't leave Taipei without having Nifty on the show to give just a few words. I know we're all very tired after 3 incredible days. But still, I wanted to get your personal takeaway. How was Bitcoin Plus Plus Taipei for you? What's your takeaway? How do you feel?
I feel really happy that we were able to pull this event off. And I'm really grateful for everyone who showed up for it, honestly. Like, both in terms of the international Bitcoin developer community that flew in for it, because I think
From all parts of the world.
all over the world, yeah, which is incredible. But also for all the local hackers and Bitcoiners that showed up to participate too.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
it was incredible. Like, and honestly, like, this wouldn't have been possible without the help of Mike Lin at Tempo House and Evan Lin from the BDK and Frostnet projects. Like, you know, BitDev's community in Taipei is amazing. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's, Bitcoin Plus Plus. This is our 13th Bitcoin Plus Plus.
Wow, congrats. Huge congrats.
Yeah. We started in 2022, so it hasn't even been.
In Austin, if I'm not mistaken, right? Then hey, here we are, 13 Bitcoin Plus Plus later in Asia and Taipei.
Yeah, in Taipei. And it was a huge success. Like, I don't think there's much I could have done differently. I feel like, this year we ran a lot of events, and I feel like, my marketing and like getting the word out about what we're doing hasn't been as great as it could be. So I feel like we definitely probably could have gotten another 50, 100 people at the event. That would be the only thing that I feel like I would want to change about it. And that's not the word. Like, it was great. Like, it went really well.
Yeah, no, I mean, this was my first Bitcoin Plus Plus, 13 events later. But to me, even though it was small, I personally liked it because everybody we met at the speakers dinner the night before. And then since then, it was just like this daily family reunion, getting together. And I made such great friends from all parts of the world. So I think like maybe, a few more people in the future. But I think like it's so much nicer coming to Bitcoin Plus Plus where you kind of get to interact with each other, build bonds, than go in opposed to like big conferences of like thousands of people, which is like a show, and you basically walk away with zero friends.
Oh, no.
Here it's a different one. But one thing I wanted to bring attention to, and I think this was one of the biggest hackathon yet. We had, if I'm not mistaken, like close to 30 teams competing.
30 submissions, which is I think the only one before this was the one we did in Brazil at the beginning of this year. And that was explicitly hackathon themed.
Okay.
And we had like 2 different student groups that came with all their students and participated. I think we had 24 projects there.
Wow. So we made a record.
We made a record.
And not just a record, there was some incredible projects.
It's incredible. Yeah, it was like 3.5 hours of hacking. Like, sure, yeah.
It's insane what you can do with vibe coding, and like in 3 hours. When I heard that, even though I didn't participate, but maybe I will in the future, Bitcoin Plus Plus, because vibe coding is there accessible. I didn't know what to expect in 3 hours. Like, what can you pull up in 3 hours? Like, I edit these videos in like 2 hours, and I was like, what are you gonna code in 3 hours? And then I was so impressed by seeing what people have done in such a short amount of time. So, and I guess you as one of the judge panelists, it was super hard choosing the winners.
It was not easy. Yeah, we spent a lot of time looking through all the projects so that everyone did something interesting. But I mean, I think like when you get down to it, like the hackathon is about the execution and making your vision a reality. But it's also as much about like what the idea is and like just sketching out like what your idea is going to be and how it's going to look. I think is a big part of it. So, like 3.5, 4 hours with some vibe coding tools. I think one of the reasons that we had like such a huge number of submissions though is that one of the things that I think you get when you have vibe coding tools is you get more solo projects. So in the past, you need a team because you all have to do different parts of it to make it work. But with vibe coding, I think it actually like slows you down to have team members.
It does.
Most people just like take time explaining what they want to like the vibe coding tools to like produce an object or like, produce something. So I think that's why we ended up with more submissions.
Yeah. And just to kind of share with the audience who might be thinking, wow, like I'm not a dev, I'm not that techie, like anyone can participate in it. And I think he even gave awards to people that were first time contributing to Git with their own code. So don't feel shy. And maybe I'll kind of one of the closing questions I'll bring up is why would someone consider going to a future Bitcoin plus plus? And there's many of them, but that's the second question.
Yeah, I think people come because they want to get to know the technical developer community. I like to think another reason people come is because they want to showcase like what they're working on. So our speakers all have interesting projects that they're interested in flaining to the technical community. A lot of people I think that come are like really excited about talking with people that really understand Bitcoin at a level, and it's a group of your peers that'll understand Bitcoin at like a similar technical level.
Yeah.
And I think people really just enjoy hanging out with that level of conversation. Like you're saying, it's like your friend group and you made so many friends so quickly. And I think part of the reason for that is because you like all have a lot in common around that. I come to events like this all the time, as you can imagine. This is our 6th event this year. We doubled from last year. We did 3. This year we did 6. Next year we're planning 8. I don't know why. Don't ask. Look, I don't know why.
Eight's like a magical number in Asia. It's like the infinity number.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so we're hitting the infinity number next year. I think this is where Bitcoin plus plus goes like parabolic.
Parabolic. It just goes into the stratosphere. So I guess with 8 events coming up next year, that's close to like nearly one a month, like one every month and a half. How would you do that, Nifty? Like,
I think, it's a good question. One, I have no idea. 2,
that's a good answer.
yeah, I mean, I have a lot of help. Most of the events that we're planning for next year are already in motion, as you can imagine. Most of them are connected to like a local community that or like a person at location that's helping me find a venue or like talking to other organizations is like providing a lot of kind of logistical support with like where we're going to be. So
Yeah.
most of the venues are already picked out for next year. I think the only one that we're really working on are the ones in like October and November. So everything else is like done, mostly.
Simples, right? I mean,
Yes, you need like
I think the key is, as you said, Nifty, like finding a person in the local region that can be that facilitator on the ground, find a
Huge.
venue, help out with this. Instead of you solo trying to pinpoint, I guess that would be impossible if
Yeah, impossible. And like, the only reason we have so many events is because I almost like feel like at this point I'm like the event VC. And like people will come up to me at events and be like,
the event chairwoman, like I'm here to direct everything's all right.
pitches on I get pitched like come do it in my city like constantly. I'm constantly getting pitched about where I should do the next Bitcoin plus plus. So like one of the reasons we have so many is because I like am apparently bad at saying no to pitches. I'm not sure I'd be a very good VC, but
I heard from some guys, I'm not going to name names, you've been pitched to Italy many times. But the next year, I guess your answer was it's in Austria, come next door. If you're out there, keep on pitching. That's someday you'll break through to the
fairness for the Austrian community, there's like a few members from the Austrian Bitcoin community that have come to more Bitcoin plus pluses. Like,
Fair play.
yeah.
Fair.
So I think actually this is like maybe this is good feedback that I should put out there is like sometimes I get pitched events, but I'll kind of look at the person who's pitching it and I do look and see how many events does this person come to that I've already run, and sometimes the answer is 0, if that makes sense. And so that kind of, I'm kind of like, okay, why are you asking me to do all this work to bring an event to where you are when you haven't even spent
Contributed, come into the ones, yeah.
like you haven't even come to an event, like. And at this point, I'm kind of like, I don't know what I feel like there's less excuses for not having been at one now that we have done so many events, so many places. And so it's like, okay, well, like come to one first and then we can talk about whatever.
And another thing for those of you who are first time hearing about Bitcoin plus plus, the cool thing about them is that every single event has its own edition. So this one that we just completed now in Taipei was the Sovereign Edition, where your boy Gigi couldn't miss out being the full diehard self-sovereignty advocate. But the next ones, and I believe the last ones were, what was the last one? It was in not Berlin.
Berlin, we just did our
Berlin,
Lightning Edition, yeah.
And then you had Istanbul with Scaling Bitcoin, and then Riga with Igor's. So this is going backwards now. Let's go forward. What are we expecting? Just to name a few.
Okay. Oh no. Oh, it's so much fun. Okay. Oh, let's
go.
We're doing our first exploits edition in Brazil. So we'll have a lot of people from Brink and like
Nice.
working on core who are doing fuzzing. So if you're interested in learning more about like, vulnerabilities, weaknesses in Bitcoin, this is the event for you. Then we're going to be doing Villains Edition, so our most controversial plus plus yet at the Hoover Dam in Nevada.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a small, like, it's going to be a very small venue. If you want to come, buy your tickets soon because they're going to sell out, like, really.
If you're a villain, come and prove it.
If you have controversial ideas about how we should change Bitcoin, this is your event. Yeah, that one should be super fun, hopefully. The idea is to make it fun. Then we're going to do our first Economics Edition in Austria.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, so that'll be a 2-day summit on on economics in Austria, free market protocols, etc.
A better place to talk about Austrian economics than in Austria, right?
Yeah, these things just write themselves, yeah. Italy in shambles, no.
Sorry, Italians. It's coming in due time.
Just gotta find the right, like, theme for it. Yeah, and then in June we'll be in Kenya with Open Source Edition. So open source, so celebrating the open source community in Africa.
That's an exciting one. Maybe Gigi will come to that one. That one sounds super exciting.
I think that's gonna be really special. Like, that one's gonna be special.
And it's gonna be first time in the African continent, right?
In African continent.
So we're going from first time in Southeast Asia to first time in Africa.
Later, first time in Africa.
Nice.
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening, Gigi. Let's see. Then we're gonna have our consensus edition. So I've been joking we're gonna like controversial fork Bitcoin, and then we're going to consensus fork Bitcoin. And
when we agree, so we have like 6 months later, we meet again.
yeah, exactly. We meet again. We've done the controversial thing. Now we're gonna do the consensus thing.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah, not planned. And then we're planning a Nostr edition in Madeira at the end of August. I don't think that one's like publicly announced yet. Surprise.
Lose.
And then we'll be that's August. And then in October, we'll be in Berlin doing a payments or like commerce edition, some medium of exchange. And then in November, we'll be in Seoul, back in DC. Oh, and that'll be privacy. Yeah.
Oh my God, there we go. Well, for all the South Korean viewers out there, you should definitely come out to Seoul. I'll probably be at that one as well. I'll tell you off the record, I don't want to dox myself, but I've got a close relation to South Korea, so for me personally, open source and Kenya sounds incredible, and South Korea. So if you're watching this, as you can see, you have an a la carte of Bitcoin plus pluses for next year.
For you, hopefully one near you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But until then, I mean, you have a choice. Whoop out the global map, see wherever you want to go in the world, time it in time with Bitcoin plus plus. You might as well hit, as I say, hit one bird with in a long day.
2
birds with one stone, correct. So you can have your adventure vacation, solo or family, and also attend Bitcoin plus plus. And yeah, I guess the closing question is, with all so many locations that you're tapping into, when Antarctica, is that happening?
Yeah, so I've kind of been joking about it, but I don't know if it's
That was a spontaneous joke as well.
It's not a joke.
Okay.
It's happening. I don't know when. Probably 2027. We're hoping maybe January 2027, but
I wasn't asking for a date. Are you honestly thinking to do a Bitcoin plus plus in Antarctica?
it's gonna happen. Yeah, I want to. So the joke is the not joke is that
Igloo style.
no, it's cold storage edition.
Oh my God.
I'll do it on a boat. So it's a boat accident waiting to happen.
Oh my God, this is a pun on a pun on a pun. Inception of puns. Cold storage on a boat.
So save your sats. It's probably gonna be the most expensive Bitcoin plus plus yet, but it will be once in a lifetime. Go see some penguins, and then also like hey, Bitcoin.
Wow. Well, that's gonna be a special one. Well, anyways, so takeaways, keep stacking your sats so you can plan to future events. But yeah, Nifty, I want to wrap it up because it's been an extremely long day. I can imagine how tired you are. I'm also tired, and we want to keep this short and sweet. Any final remarks you wanna share with the audience?
I just want a big thank you to the Bitcoin technical community for showing up, and all of our fans, sponsors, supporters, haters. No, I'm kidding. We don't have any haters.
We love you all.
Yeah, I'm just really grateful for everyone who shows up and contributes, and both to Bitcoin as well as to the event series. And I can't wait to spend more time with all of you in 2026. So see you guys next year.
Amazing. Nifty, thank you so much for organizing such a fantastic event. And yeah, to everyone watching, please, the only way you can support this is do share it with your friends and family, get the word out. And of course, do plan your first or maybe second, if you've already done Bitcoin plus plus events for 2026. Thank you for watching. As always, stay safe, stay sovereign, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.